Grabe, trailer pa lang 'yun ha. Nakita mo si Inigo na may speaking lines, so nakakakilig na kaagad. What more pag napanood niyo si Inigo na kumakanta. Yes, you heard it right. Grabe, episode 1 pa lang bumibirit na po si Inigo on stage doon sa episode 1 ng Monarch. Siguro Inigo, dahil nga napanood mo na no na una nang na-premiere dito sa Amerika ang Monarch. How did it feel, seeing yourself on a US TV series?
It was surreal to be able to watch it with my family dahil syempre nakita nila kung paano ako nagsimula. From doing school plays and all that. It was nice to feel the support from my family, to see that they're from the start na nagsisimula ako, and then to now na nasa TV na ako, national TV. It feels good, and lahat parang dream come true syempre.
Right.
And I never thought that I would come to this point na to be able to do a project like this. A lot of people have said a lot of things na you won't make it in the Philippines, you won't be as good as your dad, and so a lot of negative comments have affected me throughout my life. But to be able to do something like this, it feels good to be doing it not just for myself, but to be doing it for my family, for my dad, for my parents, and I'm just proud to be representing the Philippines, of course. I mean, you guys will find out eventually with the show that I'm adopted from the Philippines, and that itself to me means a lot.
Right. Actually, kasi Inigo, you've been in the industry for quite a long time already.
8 years.
Diba? 8 years. But did it hit, I'm sure sanay na sanay ka na nakikita yung sarili mo doing the project on TV. But did it hit differently nung sa US na?
Po. Actually, nung audition ko pa lang, when I did my first callback, and nasa Zoom kami noon, tas mga kasama ko, hindi na mga Pinoy yung kasama ko sa Zoom. Sabi ko, nakakatakot pala kasi nasanay na ako na mga Pinoy yung kaharap ko sa Zoom, na if I mess up, kunyari nag-English ako, if I mess up, kaya ako mag-Tagalog or something. Pero ngayon, parang kailangan ko na i-step up, and I have to really do it on my own in a way.
Right.
And dun pa lang sa point na yon, actually when I first moved to Atlanta, noong una pa lang akong lumipat dito, I was scared for myself. Nasabi ko, kaya ko ba to? Kaya ko ba yung hinaharap ko, yung gagawin ko? Siyempre sa Pilipinas, andun yung supporta ng mga kasama ko, my management, and everyone, my dad. But then all of a sudden, coming into this project, it was like starting from ground zero. It was starting like from nothing.
Scratch.
Like no one knows me, no one knows who my dad is, and it was scary, of course, and I was scared for myself, but it feels good na in a way kaya kong mas i-show you kung anong kaya kong ibigay po, and
right.
And it's scary to say that, but it makes me feel proud that I'm able to do a project like this, to be able to do a project where I can showcase my own personality, my own talents, and not just be called Piolo's son.
Right. No, habang nagkasalita ka, habang nagkakwento ka, I'm trying to put myself into your shoes, and feeling ko when you were in that moment with all these Hollywood A-listers, parang you were your back was against the wall and you had no choice but to really give it your best and your talent, diba? And ang galing, Inigo, we're so proud. Ako,
thank you so
gaya ng
much.
kwento ko sa'yo kanina, yung mommy ko napasigaw, di ba? Inigo nga, parang ganyan. Hindi siya makapaniwala. But, enough of me. I'm sure yung ilang mga press natin kasama ngayon are very, very excited and delighted to ask you questions about this upcoming project. Simulan na natin ang ating Q&A. Siyempre, may mga questions dito, Inigo, na ako ang magbabasa. May mga questions naman na yung mga press mismo ang magbabasa at magtatanong sa'yo. Okay, let's start with this first question from Mommy Jo of Jo. Ako ang magtatanong, sabi dito, have the host read your questions. Okay, if given a chance to be a real monarch, would you accept the challenge of the culture within the system? Wow. Kasi when you say monarch, Inigo, it's royalty, right?
Yeah, I think just like how I can relate with Ace, tinanong ako dati na paano ako nakaka-relate sa character ko. I feel like with coming into this project, I could relate to Ace, wherein I came into this project coming from the Philippines, and all of a sudden I'm working with Susan Saran, and I'm working with Anna Frio. There was a lot of moments wherein I questioned, kaya ko ba to? Kaya ko ba yung gagawin ko? Um, and just like Ace, being an adopted son from the Philippines, I felt like we face the same problems of, struggling with how are we gonna showcase, or how are we gonna show who we truly are with these people. Paano natin malulugar yung sarili natin um, with these people. And I never
Okay.
thought in my life that I would ever be in a show with this cast.
Right.
One was moving to the Philippines, wherein all of a sudden I'm Piolo's son. All of a sudden I have to be this actor that I had no training whatsoever. I lived a normal childhood in America, and I felt like all my life I've always had to be challenged with that. Na parang paano ko ba mailulugar yung sarili ko sa posisyon ko? And that's all. I think a lot of times people don't understand that I've had to live with that all my life. Na parang akala nila expected na porket anak ka ni Piolo, expected na alam mo na alam mo na dapat yung kailangan mong gawin. And a lot of times I have to learn through the experiences that I go through. I'm not sure if I'm able to answer the question properly, pero feeling ko Inigo has gone through a lot of what Ace is gonna be going through
Right.
within the show.
Right. Trying to fit in, no? Trying to fit in and trying to make a name for himself. All right. Ang follow-up question ni Mami Jo sa'yo is, since if you're a royalty, then you're a prince or you're a king, you're a duke, but have you found your queen, your duchess, or your princess?
Paano? Tanong ko sa'yo, Mama Jo, paano?
Paano sa dami ng ginagawa? Paano magagawa ni Inigo yan? But thank you, Mami Jo, for your questions.
Thank you, Mami Jo. I
Ang
miss
next
you.
na magtatanong sa'yo, ay, ito na, nag-on na ng camera, MJ Marfori from TV5.
Opo.
Hey MJ, hey Inigo, congratulations on your project. First, my question is, did you bring something very Filipino or a lucky charm on set that, kumbaga parang na-discover ng mga co-stars mo dyan?
Actually, one of my co-stars, Joshua Sass, he's been to the Philippines. Meron siyang kaklase dati. He's from England originally, and he had a classmate who was Filipino who brought him to the Philippines. And one of our taping days, sabi niya sa akin, there's this Filipino dish, a breakfast dish that he remembers from the Philippines. Sabi niya, matamis daw, pork. Sabi ko, alam ko na yun, tosino yun. So I actually brought tosilog. Sabi ko, ay mami ma, lutuan mo nga ng tosilog yung isang castmate ko. I brought tosilog to set. And then si Josh naman, sabi niya, Inigo's mom is a chef. So si mami, na-pressure si mami, sabi, hindi ako chef, nilutuan mo lang siya ng tosilog. As much as possible, I tried to bring as much of the Filipino culture every time I went to set, whether off and on cam. I guess with the show, I've spoken to the writer a couple times, and I wanna. Hopefully, if we get season 2, I'm claiming it that I'm able to bring more of the Filipino culture, and di ko alam kung pwede ba sabihin pero we want to explore more of the Filipino side of Ace, and him wanting to discover more of his roots, of his bloodline in the second season.
Oh my gosh, that's really awesome to see that. I do hope that we really see it there. For my follow-up question, how is it there right now? Because we do know there's a lot of entry of Asian talents already in Hollywood and Filipinos as well. Do you feel the welcome? Do you see more of us there?
It feels good. I've felt it for the past couple of years. I mean, with the with all these artists such as Olivia Rodrigo. I mean, Bruno Mars has been around for the longest time, but it feels nice. It feels nice that with the acceptance of just variety of ethnicities in the States. Miss Marvel is Pakistani. I feel like now you're not limited to a certain stereotype anymore, no matter what your race is, and it feels good to be able to represent where you come from. And I feel like we're living in times wherein, because of technology, because of, I guess, in a way, the pandemic, it's more open globally to represent where you come from, and it's not limited anymore based on whatever background you have. And it feels good. I feel like, honestly, In a way, I mean, not saying that the pandemic has been good, but in a way, I probably wouldn't have been accepted in this project without the pandemic, because self tapes happened because of the pandemic, and
You're doing
I landed this role through a self tape.
I love that. Thank you so much, Inigo, and keep doing what you do there.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you,
MJ.
MJ. Maraming salamat. Let's